I've decided that we are going to go on a road trip with our husbands. A very, very long road trip. I'm Meek and Nomicon, and it turns out this is the road trip to hell. You wake up, stomach burning with a dull pain. Is it a cramp, or is it hunger? You can't tell, but it doesn't really matter. Still hurts. And it stops you from getting your beauty sleep. We can't be having that, now can we? You get up out of bed. He looks to be sleeping peacefully. You don't want to disturb him, but if you just let him sleep, you're not going to be able to sleep. Wait, so getting up out of bed didn't disturb him, but we're going to purposely wake him up anyway? That feels a little bit mean. I mean, can't we just sneak down to the kitchen instead? You know what? No, if I can't sleep, he can't sleep. That is the purpose of marriage. Honey, wake up. Hey. Ah, there he is, your lovely husband. Looking into his tired but cute face makes you happy about being the Mrs. Adeline Blackwood to his Mr. Evan Blackwood. I'm hungry. Ada, could you wait a bit longer? Please. You use your most nefarious tactic against him. Let me guess. Puppy dog eyes? The puppy dog stare. Oh, it's immediately effective, I'm assuming. Come on, that's not fair. You know I can't resist. You don't relent. Alrighty, there should be some food at the gas station. Oh, okay, that explains why we need to wake him up then. We don't actually have any food. You see, this is why you always keep instant noodles just stocked up. Just stockpile them. It's fine. Curry flavor's the best. He gets his lovely ass out of the bed and escorts you out of the trailer. Oh, so it wasn't like we had to go very far. I mean, I could understand us not really wanting to go out alone, though. Ah, the loveliest of destinations on a romantic road trip. The obligatory gas station. What are you waiting for? Go and pick some crap out. Okay, so we've got a lot of selection. We can have some chips, a bottle, or maybe some chips. What are we fancying? Wait, can I take them all? I am gonna clear out this gas station. You've got the money for this, right? Ooh, bottle of vodka. Well, that's gonna keep us entertained. I guess someone doesn't like cleaning up. A mop. The bathroom floor looks like it could really use this. Oh well, not your problem, Mrs. Adeline Blackwood. I mean, it's gonna be our problem when we eventually need to use the toilet, unless we've got one inside the trailer. You take a look inside the fridge to find all sorts of food. From frozen meals, alcohol, ice cream, pomegranates. I have been craving pomegranates. Huh, craving you say? Any particular reason for those cravings? Excuse me. The cashier looks up on whatever the hell they were doing. How much will all of this be? You place the food onto the counter. The cashier lets out the most exasperated sigh they can muster and begin clacking on the cash register. Of course, this exhaustion stops when they announce the total. That'll be $200. Wait, what? Oh, goddamn pomegranates! Are your cravings that desperate? Can you just buy the chips? Yeah, no, you can't buy this. Your itty-bitty charred heart drops. Oh, really? You can't give us a couple's discount? No can do. You know how the economy has been screwing businesses over. And people like us, too. The cashier rolls their eyes. Not good, cashier person. That's your first mistake. Are we about to commit murder? I mean, no cashier. No $200 payment required? I'm not condoning murder, I'm just saying if we want the pomegranate, we might have to. Please? My cravings have been acting up. Evan and I are expecting, after all. Why do I get a feeling she's lying? I mean, I know I asked you if you had cravings earlier, but... Oh yeah, his shocked face. You guys are not pregnant. Are you serious? Well, since you clearly have the money to pop a baby out in this economy, your total is now $400. I'm pretty sure that's not how business works. You're just gonna pocket our extra 200, aren't you? Strike number 2, cashier. Oh! You made him mad. Come on. You're not about to do that to a pair of newlyweds, are you? Okay, now she's gonna say because we could afford to get married and have a wedding, it's gonna be like 600 or 800 bucks now, isn't it? Ha, of course I am. And that was their 3rd strike. Oh, damn. I mean, I know it's just a murder, I don't think you'd come prepared. I was about to suggest the mop. Your hot husband points his revolver towards the cashier. He's determined to get you your damn food through any means necessary. How romantic! And as for you, cashier, good on you. 3 strikes and... So you really were gonna resort to murder? You're out. Evan looks not the least bit affected by shooting the cashier's brains out. To be fair, they did upcharge us 100%, so I don't feel bad. Ah well, guess that's what being a serial killer does to you. Phew. Now this is the man you married. Nothing at all like your dad, and chivalrous guy he was. No matter how much blood is spilled, you still love Evan. I mean, of course we love him. He killed to get us our pomegranate. And the work he does, of course. Might not be honest, but at least it's hard and fun work. Oh, very messy as well. We haven't left any DNA everywhere, have we? We should probably use the mop to clean up, right? Blood is splattered all over the floor. And your clothing. Damn, you're all covered in blood. It's fine. I've been wanting to make a fashion statement after all. At least let me wipe it off your face. He tries to wipe the fresh blood off your face. It winds up smearing and mixing with your makeup. Hey, how about we clean up the crime scene first? Of course. No problem. You deal with the body, I will deal with this floor. We've got them up. I mean, we can't make it too easy for them to find us, right? So are we like modern day Bonnie and Clyde? Is that what's going on right now? Okay, nearly done. So what are we gonna do with the body? I mean, we could just stick it in the freezer, I suppose. Alright, that's all the blood cleaned up. There's still blood on both of us. Alright, we could probably clean up in the bathroom. I mean, have we got any change of clothes? I'm assuming on the trailer. We really should wash up in here, Evan. Door's locked. Is there gonna be a witness? Ah, but there's a place to put a code right here. Do we know a code? 9,000. Huh. That wasn't right. Okay, do you have a code on you? A very dead cashier. You consider eating him. But you don't feel like making your husband chop him up right now. It'll just make everything even bloodier. Upon closer examination, you find a sheet of paper. Scribbled on it is bathroom door code. Aha! That was easy. The code is soda, ice cream, chicken nuggets, and juice. Don't look so down. This'll be easy to figure out. Is it gonna be like the placement in the fridge? You accidentally licked some of the blood on your face. Now, you're thinking of what to pair it up with from here. Thinking of eating over the corpse? How'd you know? What kind of husband would I be if I didn't know what you were thinking? Looking into the fridge, you realize that your cravings could be satisfied with the contents. There's enough in here to make the most questionable meal ever. 3 bottles of soda, 6 tubs of ice cream, 9 boxes of chicken nuggets. Okay, 369. And 0 bottles of juice. Very healthy, yes. Okay, so 3690. That was easy enough to find. So, we're also cannibals, huh? It worked! The 2 of you, somehow, managed to wash all the blood off your clothing. You're almost done with the crime scene. Someone's gonna walk in, aren't they? Now, it's just the body you've got to worry about. Oh, never mind. I 100% thought you were about to say that, maybe a police car stopped by or something. You and Evan began suturizing the cashier's wounds with a cigarette lighter. The two of you would much rather leave the corpse here. Otherwise, it would be too obvious that something sketchy happened. Instead, you'll just take them, lock the station's doors, and dump the body off somewhere. You feel yourself sweating a bit from the heat. Ada, don't overexert yourself. And looks like he noticed. I won't. Besides, you know that once we're done, I'll just be lazing around. You know damn well that you probably won't be lazing around. Instead, you're thinking about the body count of the next big heist. That would be good. You need to relax a bit after all. And with me to hold effing down, you won't have anything to worry about. I suppose so. Hey, can I ask you something? Of course. Well, you definitely picked out some interesting snacks. Oh, hell no. Did he realize? You better not be pregnant. You picked up vodka. You sure as hell didn't want to tell him the news in some crappy gas station. But he's catching on. You think, being the good wife you are, you can't just lie to him. Before even thinking about if what you're feeling is rational, you blurt, Evan, I'm pregnant! Well, I wasn't gonna ask that, but... Wait, Evan, what did you think I was? You don't seem too thrilled, Evan. He freezes in place, like a malfunctioning machine. He's seen torn organs, bone jutting out of skin and contorted, bloody limbs. Yet this phases him? Evan? Adeline, you're gonna be a mom, and I'm gonna be a dad. This is... I thought you were just kidding with the cashier. Well, if I'm gonna deal with cramps and morning sickness, I might as well reap the benefits. You two hug and jump right by the cashier's corpse. There's something so morbid about jumping for joy at the thought of giving life, right after taking it away. So I don't quite know about the medical implications about cannibalism while pregnant, but I'd probably say don't. And definitely don't consume blood. I mean, there could be any sort of diseases in there, right? Ah well, it's not like you or Evan care. A few weeks later, you and your husband have been thinking about caring for the baby. After a couple of heists and assassinations here and there, you have a crap ton of money. Once you sell the trailer, you'll have more than enough to make sure the baby lives comfortably. Oh, that's good, because I was going to say, I don't think there's actually enough room in here to raise a baby. So, Ada, how have you been feeling? Perfectly good, actually. I'm glad. Sorry about not being here as much lately. It's fine, Evan. It's not like you're away just drinking like my own dad. You're right, but I still don't like leaving you here alone. It's the thought that counts. I guess you're right. Still, with this work we do you think the kid will turn out fine? What makes you ask? Says you, a woman with a thirst for blood, to a contract and impulse killer. I won't lie, the kid's probably gonna be a sociopath, but, you haven't been drinking the blood, have you, Ada? Fine, in your mind, sure as hell isn't what your parents think is fine. Or the rest of the world, for that matter. Rightfully so. Like, if we get arrested, what happens to the kid then? That's pretty obvious. They're just gonna get thrown into foster care. Or something like that. And we won't get to see them grow up? How? If we ever got sentenced?
it would probably last even after our deaths.
Hey, the police didn't give a crap when your mom tried to kill you. I don't see why they'd care all that much now.
Yeah, you're right about that.
As always, sweetie. Now, if you're so worried about getting caught, I have a plan. First, we stop the constant criminal activity. We have more than enough money to live comfortably anyways. And if you want to do it for fun, you need to be extra careful. Then, we be the best parents ever. Because if the kid loves us enough and we wind up in prison, they'll be so desperate that they'll break us out. And last but not least, we start with a fresh slate.
I like the sound about that.
Oh, you're too kind. I've been able to think of everything we need to do. It'll be simple for the most part, since we're gonna live somewhere new. But I can't for the life of me think of new names.
Since you came up with most of the plan, it only makes sense I come up with them.
Just nothing dumb, please.
He sits and thinks, hand on the old steering wheel. You know, it'd probably be best to do names that could at least be nicknamed down to what they already use. So I'm just thinking, you don't want to accidentally slip up and not respond to your own name. How about we become Ashlyn and Everett Hallows? See, that's what I was talking about. I mean, the only drawback of having similar names is that it makes it easier to connect you to your original names.
I like the sound of that. Plus, the names are close enough to our real names that it won't be too much of an adjustment.
See, I'm on the same wavelength as Adeline. That's probably not a good thing, isn't it? She is a bloodthirsty serial killer. Does that say a lot about me? Evan nods at you, happy that you approve. Not that you would have disagreed with anything that came out of his lovely lips.
Now, the first names make sense, but how do we go from Blackwood to Hollows?
Just feels right for us. Maybe it's because your souls are probably hollow. You knew that already. Not to mention that it's pretty far from our original surnames. I don't want to even think about the name Blackwood again.
That's fair.
Oh, is that his connection with his mother?
Hallows. I like it. Ashlyn Hallows and Everett Hallows.
Speaking of names, what do you want to name the baby?
Well, if the baby's a boy, I'd like to name him Arthur. He'll be our little king. And if
the baby's a girl? You sit in silence for a bit, thinking of what to name your future little princess.
I like the name Adelia. Adelia Hallows.
Yeah, that's a pretty name. For some reason, Adelia Hallows feels just right. And we all know that you've always been a good instinct person. A few months later, you and Evan flock to Libretto City, the land of tall buildings, pigeons, and broken dreams. It's far enough from your home city that no one will recognize you. Plus, it's filled to the brim with fellow criminals who'll understand your plight. Of course, Libretto City isn't all hunky-dory. For one, it's cold, wet, and gloomy. Every time it rains, you feel like you're living in a noir film. You guys moved to Britain. It's nothing at all like the scalding sunny deserts you'd leave the metal tin of a trailer in. So suddenly, you can't wear your summer dresses all year. Now, you can only wear them during the summer, as intended by the designer. Secondly, much like noir films, there's a crap ton of annoying detectives and cops. For a city so riddled with crime, their spirits and determination are quite high. Unfortunately, they are very passionate about their jobs. And third, no matter how much you reassure Evan, wait, that's not right, Everett. Yeah, Everett Hallows, your husband. No matter how much you reassure Everett that the two of you won't get caught, he still spends the nights awake, watching the news. None of these things concern you enough to warrant leaving, though. The two of you wind up with a lovely baby girl, Adelia Hallows. Oh, she seems perfectly grumpy. She's a lovely girl, high grades, high ambitions, liked by pretty much everyone. Everything that you and Everett ever wanted for a child. True, she cheats on most of her tests, wants to become a mafia leader, and threatens people with homicide if they don't like her. But the two of you encourage it. After all, what kids don't dream of strangling each other every now and then? Right? I hate to break you, but I'm pretty sure that kid dreams of strangling quite literally everyone they've ever met, including you two. And how could you guys say no to your little girl after all of the denials from your parents? You're no longer the Blackwood family. You're the Hallows family. You love your kid more than either of your parents ever loved you. Isn't that a good thing? Surely, she'll go on to be as beautiful as you, and as hard-working as her dad. She'll be a good young woman. Many, many more years later. You don't know why the hell you're fighting with your husband again. Why won't you just listen to me? Look, all I'm saying is that you can't threaten to cut people's heads off for so much as looking at me.
But are they going to take you from me?
Of course not.
Either way, you belong to me. That happens when we seal the deal with the marriage.
You know that he's too smart to fire back with something, but he's headstrong enough to mutter something under his breath. This marriage is nothing at all like the one your parents had. Oh. Okay, so things haven't gone bad for you so far.
What did you just say?
Look, I don't want to talk about it. Just leave me alone.
No! What the hell were you saying?
Fine then. Your parents practically served me on a silver platter to you. There. Happy now? Oh, I don't think Asher ever loved you. Even after I said no to the marriage several times, your parents forced my parents to give me up to you. Thought I'd never catch on?
Well, screw me for deciding to marry a detective.
Okay, yeah, that really probably wasn't the smartest idea you ever had, considering who your parents are. Unless you're trying to turn him and make him a very corrupt detective. And screw him for saying something you already knew. You were the one to ask your parents to make him yours, after all. Being the amazing parents they are, they gave him to you, just like you deserve. God damn, Hallows, you raised a brat. You need them to do a little favor for you right now, just because you're getting tired of Asher. Mother and father would understand why you're so unhappy like this after all. Asher doesn't bend to your whims like you want. You thought that maybe you could break him in like a new pair of shoes. But he just never stops. Not when you first married him, and certainly not in the 15 years you've been married to him. Jesus Christ, how old are you? You look young. He's not a good toy anymore.
Hello? Mother? Oh, Adelia, sweetie, how are you? It's been so long. I'm perfectly fine, Mother. Thank you. And how's your little baby? He's fine. He's so well behaved. You know, I don't have to scream and yell at him to make him do as I please. Oh, I knew you'd be such a great mother, Adelia. Granted, you still do yell at your kid. Gotta break him in. You hope he turns into a young man who devotes everything to you. And how's Asher? I was just about to start speaking about my issues with him. He hasn't been satisfying me lately. Oh, Adelia, that's horrible. How can I help?
You didn't even need to ask, and she complied. You love your mother. And her favours, of course. I'm not convinced you actually know what love is.
I just need you and Father to send something over.
Something that'll teach Asher a lesson about how he should have been a good husband.
Castor oil plants? They're so pretty, don't you think? My son has a knack for horticulture. He'd like having one. Ah, I see.
She knows that you don't want them for gardening. Castor bean plants produce castor beans, as the name implies. The blossoms are so pretty that you could just say that it's a houseplant. A very poisonous houseplant at that. After speaking with your dear mother, you're happy. Your life is going to be perfect now. All thanks to your lovely mother. It's what you deserve. Is this going to backfire? No? This is the end of the visual novel. Oh, so the end of the story is the other people live awful lives and prosper. Asher definitely probably dies. She probably finds someone else, maybe another detective, and convinces mother and father to marry them instead. You know, this is why I told you you should not be eating meat while you're pregnant. You end up with an Adelia. Well, I hope you enjoyed your time here. If you did, please like this video and subscribe to this channel. And I was Spooky Day, and I'll catch you next time, guys.